Have you ever watched the news and maybe seen like a riot or a protest? And man, people, their eyes are bugging out and their mouths are open wide and they're shouting and screaming and they've got their fist pumped, raised in the air. And you're like, gee, man, I wonder what they're so mad about. Proverbs 29:8 says, scoffing men will inflame a city, but the wise will turn back anger. You know, this reminds me of a story in the book of Acts where the Apostle Paul and some of his companions, they get accused of the economic downturn among the idol makers because they're preaching against idolatry. And so all of a sudden, these metal workers who are losing money, these idol makers who are losing money, just kick up dust and start a fuss. And they come against them and they start shouting, "Great is Diana of the Ephesians, great is Diana of the Ephesians." And all of a sudden, there's a big riot and there's the mob mentality takes over. And then there's this big mob and they're all shouting, "Great is Diana of the Ephesians." And this goes on for hours. And I mean, they're getting ready to, skin Paul's companions alive because of this. And the scriptures, it's interesting what the scripture says at that particular point. It says that some didn't even know why they were rioting, that some didn't even know why they were there, but yet that they just joined in, "Great is Diana of the Ephesians." And so it says, scoffing men will inflame a city, but the wise will turn back anger. You know, we need to be careful when we see protests and riots that we make sure that we research thoroughly what their cause is, why they're protesting, why they're there, so that we don't jump on that bandwagon mob mentality. Same as when somebody gets accused. It's innocent till proven guilty, not guilty and you got to prove your innocence. So when there's an accusation leveled against somebody of sexual misconduct, embezzlement, what have you, we need to give that person the benefit of the doubt and reserve our judgments until we have all the facts, instead of just going on a bandwagon. Yeah, string them up, get the pitchforks and torches and, go out and have vigilante justice. No, we need to make sure we know what we are protesting against, because scoffing men will inflame a city, but wise men turn back anger. It made me think of a very ridiculous and humorous story. Let's say that there's a homeless person on the street and they're thirsty. And this guy has a big old water bottle he's drinking from, and the homeless guy says, "Well, can I have a drink of water, or can you spare some of that water? I'm really thirsty." And the guy looks at the water bottle. He's like, "Man, I would love to, but I really can't." And then somebody hears, he says, "Hey, get a load of this guy. He's not going to give this homeless guy any water. Hey, get a load of him. Man, what a schmuck. What an idiot. What a selfish pig. He's not giving this homeless guy. He's got this big thing of water. He's not going to share it with anybody." And all of a sudden, this guy starts getting other people on his side. Yeah, what's the deal with him? And all of a sudden, a big mob comes around this guy simply because he won't share his water. But do we know why he won't share his water? They're getting ready to hog tie him and tar and feather him and string him up because he won't share this big bottle of water with a thirsty homeless guy. But then the guy's trying to explain, whoa, wait. It's not that I'm against giving this guy any water. I'd love to share this water with him. But hey, I'm sick. I've got a real bad cold, and I don't want to spread my cold to this other guy. Just think how ridiculous somebody would feel if they really knew why that guy didn't want to give the homeless guy any water. And yet there's somebody who doesn't know the full story and wants to scoff and start a riot and incite a riot because of simply they don't know the full story, and they think they know all about this guy. And because this guy refused to give any water to this homeless man, yet not knowing the real reason why he didn't want to give the water to him. It's a ridiculous story, right? I mean, it's totally ludicrous, but that's the encapsulation of this verse. Scoffing men will inflame a city, but the wise will turn back anger. Be that voice of reason. Be that wise person. Whenever there's a cause or a protest or people getting worked up over some injustice, that you research that thoroughly and be that voice of reason and that level-headedness. Say, hey, wait, they're saying one thing, but look at it from this angle. Or they may be saying this, but they're not telling you the whole story. You got to understand that this is part of that element here. And, let's not, jump to conclusions or be hasty. So let's just be very careful, because in this day and age, it's so easy to jump on that bandwagon and have that mob mentality. Hey guys, thanks so much for listening. Go out there and have a great day. God bless.
AbrahamsDescendants.com, getting back to the 1st century in a 21st century way. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to press the like button as well as the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and the notification bell that'll let you know every time I make a new video. And don't forget to share this with a friend. Also, visit our website at AbrahamsDescendants.com. Thanks. Shalom.